elasticity, which we obviously covered last year. Okay, so I don't know how much you guys remember with regards to price elasticity, but please repeat what you said to us, John.
So it has one that's in the high prices and that's very elastic, sir.
Okay, so one's got high prices, very elastic, and by very elastic,
More horizontal.
okay, so it's like very flat. Okay, and then the other one.
There's low prices and very inelastic, sir.
So you-
Steep, sir.
Okay, so you've got something that looks like this, gents. You've got a demand curve here. Okay, and this would be your price, this would be your quantity. Okay, and then if you just redraw another demand curve, you've got another one that looks like this. Okay. And again, here you then have your price and your quantity. What does this say to you? What does this say to Shandu? Do you want to start?
So on the left, which is elastic, so it shows that price, or demand is very sensitive to price change. So
Okay, demand is very sensitive to price change. So if we had, let's say, a price here and a price there, okay, and the price had to change. Okay, so we're gonna thumbs up figures here, and forgive me for once. Obviously, it's not isometrical, or it's not. That's the one. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's look at it that way, and then we'll look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, all of this is thumb-sucked figures, so let's just work with what we have. Price went from 3 to 4 rand, or from 4 to 3 rand, and here the price. Wait.
Because you said your second half is not affected by price.
It is affected by price, okay? But as we speak about elasticity, okay? This is a section that you only cover in grade 11, thank the Lord, okay? Because it is a bit, all over the show. But basically, Johnson's 100% correct. You've got a demand curve, okay? These are two demand curves. They're both demand curves. We just have always learned that when you draw a demand curve, you usually draw something like this, something that is 45 degrees, okay? And that, what kind of demand curve would you call this? Do you remember, anybody?
so
Yes, Sean?
relatively elastic.
Relatively elastic. You 100%. There it is. Say it again. Unitary. Basically, whatever change you'd have here would be the exact same change as you'd have in your quantity. Let me try and explain this. Let's see if this actually works out. So these are both demand curves for, let's say, the same products. But the one demand curve, if you change the price from 3 to 4 rand, okay, look at what happens to the quantity. So the price has changed from 3 to 4 rand. The quantity has now moved, okay, from 4 to 2 units. Okay, here we're doing the same thing. Okay, it's almost the same, shows that I got a distinction for TD in the high school. Okay, thank you. So the price changes from 3 to 4 rand there, Shandu. Okay. But what has happened to the quantity? The quantity is now only changed by bits. It's moved from 3 to whatever that is. Let's say it's 2.5. Manyat, both of them are price changes. Both of them are demand curves. The only difference, as John has rightfully pointed out, is one is more elastic than the other. So if I had to use products for this, and just talk about products as an example, I would say that this is salt. Okay? No matter how much you change the price, people will still demand close to the same quantity as they demanded before. Happy with that? Petrol, no matter how much you change the price, people still need to get to work, people still need to get petrol to go see their girlfriends. So quantity doesn't change much here. Okay?
Bread, sir. The same bread.
Bread is also another example. Okay? If you had to change the price of bread by a lot, okay, the quantity demanded would still possibly be the same. Are we happy here, gents? Okay. And then here, on the other hand, please just tell me what kind of products you can think of here. But here, a change in price, okay, changes the quantity by a lot. So clothes is a very good example. Okay, clothes is a very good example. If something goes up, so if you like branded Nike, Adidas, Puma, and whatnot, okay, if the price of Pumas goes up by a lot, you might find that people demand less Pumas because they're going to go buy Nike. Whereas if the price of salt goes up, okay, people still need to get the salt because it's not like they're going to use aromats instead of salt. So again, we can then talk about substitute products and complement products, okay? Where the price of a substitute goes up, people go and buy whatever alternative there is. Okay, yes sir, questions, yes sir.
So could you also like cool drinks?
Cool drink, give me an example, talk to us.
So it's like a Coke.
Yep.
If it goes up, some people go to subsidies.
Okay, so Coke would be here. Okay, so price of Coke goes up, people demand less quantity of Coke, people go buy Pepsi or Cola or whatever other nonsense people drink. Yes sir.
So you say that the one in the bin can also be for phones.
Price of phones goes up, okay? People move from iPhone to Samsung, from Samsung to Huawei, okay? Whatever the case might be. I knew Shandu was gonna go for it. Okay, so are we happy with this? Are we happy with this, gents? Okay, I move on. Now we look at the kinked demand curve. So the kinked demand curve has got a combination of both. That's what I need you to remember. Okay, it's got a combination of both graphs put together. It's the first time and the only time you'll ever see a demand curve being kinked like it is, which means it basically has two different slopes. Okay?
It's the same product, sir.
It's the same product, 100%, same product. Okay? Choose a product for us in an oligopoly field. Hello? Choose an oligopoly company and a product that they provide, so we can use that as an example. Today would be nice. Coke is what? Coke is monopolistic competition.
Telcom.
I heard Telcom. Telcom we can.
Baked beans.
Telcom is not a good example.
Baked beans.
Baked beans is definitely not a good example. Hey, whoa. Okay, so let me put it this way. We've got different market structures. Please don't make me go back, gents. Perfect markets, imperfect markets. Under imperfect markets, we've got oligopoly, monopolistic competition, and monopoly. Mayati, stay with us. Okay, I'm now saying that within the imperfect markets, under oligopoly, kinked demand curve only works in oligopoly, nothing else. Under oligopoly, within perfect markets, give us an example of a product.
It's cool. It's cool.
ESCOM, you guys, I'm gonna say it one more time. ESCOM, according to you guys, is a monopoly. Okay, we know that it's technically not, but it's the only example, one of the only examples you can give as a monopoly. So I wouldn't use that as oligopoly. Oligopoly by definition, few firms, okay, providing a product. Name a few firms for me. ESCOM. Exactly. Okay. So if yes sir, John.
CNA, sir, and Waltons and stuff.
CNA, Waltons, stationery shops. Okay. Monopolistic competition to me, but it's not a few firms controlling the entire industry. I see where you're going. I see where you're going. Yes.
So what, you said Telcom is not good as a good example, but isn't like Telcom's main competition MTN, Vodacom, and Cell C?
Okay, so what is he referring to, Mr. Kuzwai? Does anyone know? Yes, Mr. Kuzwai.
It's referring to the networks.
Okay, referring to our networks. So if you want to refer to our networks, we can call it data. Okay, we can use that as an example. Okay, so let's use Telcom.
So could we not just use companies like Engine?
Engine would be a perfect example. Yeah, you could use that. Okay, bread companies would also be a good example. Construction companies would be a good example. Okay, but anyway, we'll use Telcom. So think Telcom, Cell C, Vodacom, okay, Rain, okay, MTN. Think about all of those. It's an oligopoly field. Let us read these. John, please can you read for us? Okay, let me start it off actually. Oligopoly exists when there's a small number of large companies. I'm on page 39 at the top. Okay. Okay, let's read. We'll go to it. Okay, oligopoly exists when the small, large companies are able to influence the supply of a product or service to a market by controlling the supply of the product or service on the market. And oligopoly aims to keep their prices and profits high. Economists call this a price-fixing ring of companies or a cartel. Okay, when they collude, oil companies are one of the best examples of an oligopoly. A special type of this market form is a duopoly. Okay, double duo industry with only two producers. For example, can you think of any industry with only two producers? I can't right now, but an industry with only two producers, only two people produce that good a service. Okay, we'll carry on while you guys think about that. Characteristics of an oligopoly. We'll skip those. Let's go to demand curve for the oligopolists. John, take us through it.
Unlike in the case of perfect competition and monopoly, it is impossible/difficult to determine the shape of the demand curve facing an oligopolist.
Okay, so the demand curve for an oligopolist, unlike the other structures, okay, is different. So we already know that. I promise you this is your test. Carry on.
The quantity of goods produced.
Carry on.
The quantity of goods produced by an oligopolist is determined not only by consumers' demand but also by the actions of other producers.
Okay, so there are 5 producers. We've agreed that we've got Telkom. Maybe I should just write them down. We've got MTN. We've got Vodabani. We've got Rain. We've got Salsi.
So what is rain?
Salsi. Rain is like, so far Rain only provides data. Okay, but it's basically a network provider just for data only. So you can't call with the Rain. We've got Virgin Mobile, which is now not used by anyone in the. Anyone use Virgin Mobile? The class? In the class right now, Virgin Mobile. Okay. Thought so. Okay. Yeah. So we've got a few. Okay. So carry on.
One theory devised by
Yes. Wait. Listen very carefully. Yeah. Yes.
One theory devised by an American economist, Paul Sweezy, can be used to determine the oligopolist demand curve.
What's wrong, Tony? Share quickly so we can all laugh. Okay. Carry on.
An oligopolist faces a kinked demand curve. This demand curve consists of 2 sections. The top section, the section that relates to high prices, is a very elastic slope, i.e. demand is very sensitive to price change.
Please highlight that whole sentence. The top section, okay, at some points in time they're going to ask you this question, okay, to describe the top part of the kinked demand curve, and there's the answer. Okay, the top section, the section that relates to high prices, okay, high prices is very elastic, i.e. demand is very sensitive to price changes, okay. So if a price changes by bits, demand changes by a lot. That's what it means by saying it's very sensitive. Okay, please stop me, gents, when you do not understand. John, please carry on.
The bottom section, the section that relates to lower prices, is very inelastic, i.e. demand is not sensitive to price change.
So if price changes there, demand doesn't change a lot. And I've now explained both of them in 2 different graphs, and now we're going to put them together. Carry on.
To understand the demand curve of an oligopolist, view the graph below.
Okay, so there's the graph. That's what it looks like. Gents, I think we should all, do we need to draw it? Or you guys can be happy reading it off your books? Chandy, what do you think? Yeah.
So example of a duopoly is MasterCard and Visa.
100%. There you go. Wait. Yes, 100%. There you go. Okay. There's no other. What do you call that company? That kind of company, like a credit card, debit card provider. So all of you, if you take out your bank cards now, they're written 1 of 2 things only, nothing else. They either got MasterCard with the 2 circles, or they've got Visa with the block that is gold. Thank you very much. You've taught me something new today. Thank you very much. That's a perfect example. I'm going to use that example for the next 4 months while I teach before I leave teaching. Okay, so let's carry on. Let's carry on. So we've got something. We've got something called a kinked demand curve, and it looks like this. Gents, I encourage you to draw it, but if you don't draw it, that's also fine. Okay, I'm also happy. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Wanyati. Okay, so that's what a kinked demand curve looks like. I just want to use the same figures they've got on the board there. So if you go to your equilibrium, Mr. Zuma, what's the equilibrium price, please, Mr. Zuma?
10 rand, sir.
Yeah, Bonga, thank you. What's the equilibrium quantity? 9. Okay, that's quantity, remember. Okay, so let's start looking at the example. Dolly, you want to read. Please read for us. Top of page 40. Suppose
the oligopolist is selling at the original present price of 10 rand and 9 units of output are sold. Total revenue is 10 rand times 9 equals 90 rand.
which makes sense, because if this is us and we are Telkom and we are selling at 10 rand 9 units, so in order to make up how much money we make, total revenue is equal to price times quantity. Price is 10 rand, quantity is 9, therefore we get 90 rand. Carry on, Mr. Dog.
If the firm tries to increase profit by increasing the price by 2 rand to 12 rand, quantity demanded will fall to 2 units.
Okay, stop there. So if they try to increase the price, they think they are more clever, so they think they're going to make more money if they increase the price from 10 rand to how much, Tony?
12 rand.
12 rand. So they've increased it by 2 rand. Okay, what has happened now? And that's all we need to do. Just go read off the graph. We just go see how much demand is there now. Okay, so demand now touches there, and it now goes.
It's decreased.
So demand decreases by how much?
7. 2 7.
By 7 units. So
2
it goes.
7. It
goes
goes 2 units.
by-
2 7.
Okay, so it goes from
2
9.
units, sir.
Aibo.
2 7.
Ima, what are you saying?
So the number
Goes
is
to
7,
7,
so
sir.
Oh,
so it drops by 2.
yes, yes. So it drops by 7.
It drops by 2.
It goes right to goes to 7 units. So from 9 units to 7 units.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You guys are wrong.
Right, you're
Let me
right.
explain. I'm pretty sure I am. Thanks, Tony. Okay, so let me explain it one more time. Okay, John, you with us? Manyati? All we've done so far is draw a Kinked demand curve. We found out where the equilibrium is, which is 10 rand and 9 units. We've said that at equilibrium, we make 90 rand. We are all happy. Okay, what then happens? Somebody that's smart, Mawela, okay, not, you know what I mean, okay, moves, no, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, okay. So Mawela's trading company, PTY Ltd, then decides, actually, we want to make more money out of this, so we're going to increase from 10 rand to 2 rand. What is Mawela's total revenue now? TR, Mawela. Price times quantity is equal to 12 rand times 2 is equal to.
24 rand.
So they've increased the amount they sell data for, okay, by 2 rand, because they are a smarter company, because they want to make more money. But what has that resulted in? A decrease in the quantity demanded, okay, and therefore total revenue is actually dropped, okay. Let's see Mahlambi's company, what they're going to do. Carry on reading. Dolly?
And total revenue would decrease to 24 rand
Okay.
12 times 2.
Carry on.
If the firm tries to increase profit by reducing the price by 2 rand to 8 rand and increasing its total sales, total revenue would be 80 rand.
Okay, so let's stop there. So they've decreased the price from 10 rand to 8 rand. So again, they've cut the price by 2 rand. So they're trying to do what? They're trying to undercut the markets, okay? But what is actually going to happen if they undercut the markets? Let's see how much demand is now demanded. You literally go there, and you touch the demand curve, and you go to the bottom. And how many units is that? 10. So the total revenue is equal to price times quantity, which is equal to 8 rand times 10 units, which is equal to 80. Okay, so who's the smart one?
So,
Yes, sir.
how come that they make a loss in the drop in price?
Okay, because of the Kinked demand curve. And we're now going to look at the characteristics of an oligopolist. If you think about an oligopolist, okay, there's a few firms, okay, that control basically the price. There's a price leader within these firms who basically says, I think bread should be 12 rand, and everybody sort of follows. Obviously, there's still demand and supply. People still need to demand the bread, okay, and there still needs to be supply of the bread. But what this is basically saying is that if there are a few firms, so 4 to 5 to 6 firms, an oligopoly, it doesn't help you dropping your price or increasing your price to try and make more profits. And the reason that it doesn't help is because if you decrease your price, you're actually eventually only going to supply a few less units, okay? So yes, you are cheaper, but because you are cheaper, it doesn't mean that people are going to demand excessively much more. Petrol is not a good price because petrol is actually regulated, which means the government decides how much the petrol price is. It's not Shell, it's not Cecil owner here, or the Shell owner, or the engine owner. It's the government that says every month petrol will be at this specific price. Okay, but petrol is obviously cheaper here for us than it is in Joburg, okay, or in any of the inland areas, and that also makes sense because petrol comes to the ports, or however way it comes to the ports, and then it needs to be transported into the inner areas, and therefore it will be slightly more expensive. But basically, I'm going to take your question now. This says that if there are a few firms, you cannot compete on price. If you compete on price, you will get knocked out. So if you increase your price thinking you're slightly better, you're only going to make 24 rand. If you decrease your price thinking you're slightly better, you're only going to make 80 rand. You have to trade at that given price, which is 9 rand, and that's where you make the most out of your money. I'm going to start with John's first. Yes, sir.
So why is petrol so much cheaper in Swaziland then?
Swaziland, that's a simple one. I can quickly answer that. So our petrol is supposed to be R6.50 cheaper than what it is right now. So I think a litre of petrol is like 14 rand. So petrol is actually supposed to be 8 rand. The government adds 8 rand of tax. Should they make it 14 rand or 15 rand? Okay, so Swaziland, their government probably doesn't add as much tax. Okay, it's called the fuel levy. That's why our petrol is more expensive than theirs. Yes, sir.
So just on that where you said like a petrol station owner can't decide to, I'm not sure whether it's true, but I remember my dad was telling me that the owner of the petrol station by Hyper policy, he said that his petrol will always be the cheapest in Durban, and it is. So.
Okay, so that person, what they've probably done is the government decides the price, right? It says 14 rand, that's the standard price. But it doesn't stop you from trying to undercut the market and selling at 8 rand. But what's going to happen? You're going to not make so much more revenue, but where do you think he's making his money from?
Well, people go into more because he's got that high quantity.
Okay, so I encourage you next time you go and that's not where he's making his money from, because I wouldn't leave Maritzburg to go and buy petrol that's 2 rand cheaper in Durban. Okay? I wouldn't even leave Umlazi in Durban and go buy petrol that's 2 rand cheaper in Umhlanga. Doesn't make sense. He'll only have that database of people there. Are you answering my question?
Yes.
Yes. Well, how do they make their money?
So could they not also make their money from like having stores or?
That's the only way people that have petrol cards that make their money. Please, feel free to ask your dad and maybe voice note him and tell him to send a voice note back. When you guys go pour petrol the next time, just go and knock at the window there and tell them you're a student, you're doing a project. You just want to find out how much money does the owner make from petrol and how much from the shop. Petrol stations do not make money from the actual petrol. They probably make like something like 0.13 cents or something like that per litre of petrol. Where they make their money from are the actual stores in the garage. Okay, that's where they make their money from.
So you're gonna explain why it's kinked?
Yes, I did explain why it was kinked.
So
Remember, at first, Jens, please be with me. Okay, let me just take this because this has to be, you have to remember this. I started off the lesson by doing this and doing this. And I said we've got 2 different demand curves. And the reason is that this one is more elastic than the other one, but if you put them together, they then look like this. My explanation with this was that if you've got firms, about 4 to 5, 6 firms, oligopoly, they cannot compete on price. That is why it's kinked, if you want to put it that way. They cannot compete on price. If they compete on price, this is what happens. They make less, or they make even less. Okay, they cannot compete on price because they're an oligopoly. This would not stand true for a monopolistic competition, or for monopoly, it wouldn't be the same kind of curve. It is only kinked for an oligopoly.
So what determines the price?
Demand and supply still determine the price, but there's also something called the price leader, as I said. So the person like Vodacom in South Africa, I think it's the biggest network provider. Vodacom would be the price leader with regards to data, how much data should be, you know, but they still demand and supply will still determine the price. So you could say the price is 100 rand for a gig of data and no one buys. What's the price going to be next week? 100 rand, no one still buys. What's the price the following week? 100 rand, how many people are going to buy?
No.
Okay, so what do you have to do in order to influence people? Drop the price. What's going to happen when you drop the price? Increases demand. Okay, so that's how companies actually work in a way.
So is the supply curve still a straight line?
Supply curve will still be a straight line. You'll never be asked to draw the King demand curve with the supply curve. Okay, but if you did, it would be straight through the center there. S is equal to S. Yes, sir.
So since you're saying that demand, come on, question.
What's your question? Any other questions, Jens? Okay, I don't think we'll have enough. We won't have enough time to look at the shutdown points. Okay, I was hoping we would have a look at that today because it's also a nice, easy one once you understand it. But it's all good. Okay, so we just need to look at the shutdown points, and then we're literally done. Any other questions on this? Let's hash this out for the next 2 minutes before the bell rings. Yes, no.
So why does it start elastic and goes to inelastic?
So why is it shaped? So why is this part not this side? Why? And that's
So there's no reason.
it's like, yeah, I guess it would be like y pi against 3.12456 to the power. I don't know. I think it's just the way that they've done it. But the explanation makes sense. Why you can't compete on price. That is the most. If you can pick up anything from today's lesson, it's that oligopolists cannot compete on price. So shop garages, engine garages, whatnot cannot compete on price. Okay. Although we know that MTN and Celsius and whatnot do compete on price, did I show you guys the table with the different data prices?
Yes.
Did I show you?
No, you didn't.
Okay. Yes, Shandu,
So,
have you remembered?
never got against.
Shandu, talk to me.
Sir, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
If they don't compete on price, so what do they?
That's an awesome question. That's the question that I've been waiting to answer. Okay, so what do they compete on? Let's quickly have a look. Sorry, no more questions. Page 40 at the bottom, quickly. Quickly, I might as well finish this today. So, there is something called non-price competition. Mr. Zuma has just helped me. Okay, if they don't compete on price, what do they compete on? Please look, please listen. Okay, I don't have much time. Okay, oligopoly firms are reluctant to change prices because a price war will drive prices down and profits will be eliminated. They make use of non-price measures to attract customers. They don't change the price, they have non-price measures. What are these non-price measures? An important aspect of non-price competition is to build brand loyalty. So Mansfield College will always be a hot school for kids to go to because of the name. They don't know that nonsense that goes inside. I'm not saying it's nonsense that goes inside college. I'm just saying they don't know the nonsense that goes inside college. Okay? So, but they know the brand name is very strong. Okay? Product recognition and product differentiation. Okay, this is done by means of advertising, Mr. Zuma, marketing. As a result, oligopoly firms tend to spend a substantial amount of time and money doing the following. So what do they compete on? They compete by extending their shopping hours. So me and you sell the same thing, Zuma. Okay? I sell for 2 hours more each day than you do. I get more business. Doing business over the internet. Me and you sell the same thing, but you can also go online to buy my stuff. You can't go online to buy Zuma stuff. After sale service. Me and you sell the same thing, but I'll call my customers afterwards to find out, so how was your product, Mr. and Mrs. Finzel? And they'll tell me how it was, okay? And then obviously they'll be like, oh, Mr. Tembele actually called us to find out how our product was after sale service, okay? Or if the product breaks, Mr. Zuma's product has to be taken downtown to go get fixed, okay? You can bring my product back to the shop where you bought it from after sale service, okay? I know I'm talking fast, but please, I hope I'm making sense. Offering additional services. Okay, so if me and Zuma sell the same thing, but I'll offer you free delivery if you buy a washing machine. Whereas Zuma says you have to pick up a washing machine and go with it home. Okay? Loyalty rewards for customers. Me and Zuma sell the same thing, but every time you buy from my shop, you swap your loyalty card, it gets some more points. Pick and Pay loyalty points, Checkers loyalty. What other loyalty things do I have? I've got Shell, I've got Checkers, which is ShopRite. Okay? All of those are loyalty products. OK's got a loyalty product. So every time you buy, it gives you the incentive to get points, and then eventually those points you can transfer them into cash and get something out of it. Okay? We're still selling the same thing, but now I'm competing on all this extra stuff that he doesn't have. Whereas it's the same product. Okay? It's just that all the extra stuff will allow everyone to come to my business instead of going to his. What else? Door-to-door deliveries, which is another example. So the last thing that I'm going to read, examples of firms that use kinds of non-price strategies are those in petrol, retailing, such as Shell, BP, Caltex, and the banking sector, ABSA, F&B. They'll attract you by doing what? We've got an F&B app. ABSA doesn't have the app. We've got comfortable seating within F&B branches. ABSA, you still have to stand up. Okay? All those things, gents. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question, Mr. Zuma?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So if you are an oligopoly firm, you do not compete on price, because if you compete on price, this is going to happen. So what do you compete on? You compete on non-price measures. And those are all the other things that we just mentioned now. Thank you very much for the lesson. Yes, sir.
So markets where supply controls the price.
Supply controls the price. Yeah, basically, if you think about OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, how they manage to control the price is by controlling supply. So if they hold back supply, okay, that's going to increase the price, and then if they want to make the price cheaper, they pump a lot of supply into the markets. Good question.
So this is my topic, I was told so that as a school, as a government school, we're not allowed to, college is not allowed to make any profit.
100%. At the end of the year, we have to have 0 in our bank accounts. So that's 100% correct.
So not even savings.
But since we're a government school, sir, if we make profits, instead of like finding another way to spend it, why don't we just like give it to the government as revenue?
No, that wouldn't work. All the profit that's left over at the end of the year comes to us teachers' bonuses. Yes, sir? Serious bonuses. I was 55,000 last year. Yeah, yes, sir. 1 month. Yes, sir. And I'm just a normal teacher. So
What do you mean, you teaching
oh no, man, that was just a joke. We're recording here, mama.